Hi, crafty friends. You guys, the other day I was at Home Goods and they had these big, huge flowers hanging off the wall. And I thought, you know what? We can make something similar with cardboard. Such an inexpensive thing, especially if we're recycling, boxes that we get in the mail or whatever. So I just freehanded a petal to a flower, and then I'm going to cut that out and trace that. I ended up doing 5 petals, I think. So I just traced it all out. But I'm just using, you see the box cutter there and my scissors just to trim everything down. And then I'll just continue that. Now this cardboard is really thick. So it's from, I think, a kitty litter box. Not kitty litter. Yeah, kitty litter. There you go. So I actually tore the advertising off of it just to take that extra layer off because you can see I kind of bent the flowers a little bit. I didn't want them to lay flat. So I'm going to put a couple of coats of paint for my base color, and I even went along the edges as well. I didn't do the back of them just because it's going to be hanging up against the wall, but that's totally up to you if you should try this. So once all of that was dry, then I took another color that I have and I just started adding some accents. And at first I was like, whoa, that's too bright against there. But I was already going to use some of the distressing spray, and it ends up turning out really cool. So again, once this is all dry, then we'll move on to the distressing spray. So I'm using, I think it's called Antique Gold, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm just going to get close for the really big splatters and then kind of farther back for more of a lighter mist on that. And then once that's dry, we're going to take, I know, lots of drying time in here. I tell you, if crafts would go a lot faster if we didn't have to wait for things to dry. Don't you agree? Okay, so here's the metallic paint in gold. It's like an antique gold. So I'm just going to use a sponge and I'm just going to kind of go around the edges. You'll see a little bit of around the edges, but I just wanted to lessen that hard edge of kind of that peach color. Also, we're going to use this on our center part to the flower, so that I'm just kind of dragging from the outside in just to kind of give it that look. So definitely you'll see it a lot more. I was a lot more intentional with more paint on the center part of the flower here, the black part. But when I went around on the petals, it was a lot different. So now I just laid it out and we're going to hot glue this whole thing together. And then I just added one of those little double-sided stickies onto the back of it and hung it up, and I'm in love. So now I have to make more colors and have I just thought a whole collage would be such a super cool thing to just have it all laid out. So here's how it turned out. Oh, I just love it. We could do all shapes of petals. So my mind is reeling, my friends. All right, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to follow for more.